Auto
ready.
thing.
I got my pipes ready.
The next Grand Theft Auto, it's gonna be Florida. How you feel like that's gonna go?
This is gonna be the most ratchet thing they saw on TV ever.
I think so. I think so.
And you didn't think Grand Theft Auto could get more ratchet? I'm talking about ladies of the night just getting beat up randomly for no reason.
I'm not touching that. I'm not. You imagine if it's in
Lehigh? That's gonna be on a one.
What you said about Lehigh?
Lehigh. I respectfully Lehigh. No one wants to go to Lehigh.
Palm Beach Boulevard. It's gonna be the wildest thing you ever saw.
Have you ever peeped that a lot of episodes of Cops is based in Fort Myers? We was already on that. You think, oh my goodness, look at this new thing. Southwest Florida is on. No. Cops has entire seasons of them just driving around, just chilling in
they do real life Grand Theft Auto in Miami already. Like I be getting videos, people be riding on the back of semi. You know what?
Yo, does B Frank got to get closer to the mic? Oh wait, we didn't even do intros. He's good. All right,
no, we about to do intros.
We didn't do intros.
My bad,
joyful Lord, we adore thee. God of glory, Lord of light.
Be frank.
Like the morning shower before thee, fill us with the sun.
I don't know the best.
I don't know, but I was gonna go sister act. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, then you gotta hit the.
Then he put me on part 3.
Joyful Lord, he adored thee. In my life, there's been none before thee. Since I was a youngster, I came to know that you were the only way to go. Who you down with? G.O.D. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is the Omgitswicks Show, episode 6, y'all. I got some special people with me. As always, y'all know it's a lift away, some lit situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
What's up? It's that guy, Manny Knox. We lit today, and I want to apologize ahead of time.
It's B. Frank fault. I said his name. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I messed it up. We can't go back. We ride it out now. My fault. I'm sorry.
So what were you saying?
No, just go ahead. Introduce yourself to people.
Yeah, you good. It's my fault.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Franklin, also known as B. Frank, as you may have heard shortly ago. And I'm glad to be here, yo. Let's get it.
It's a lituation.
Let's go.
It sounds like an R&B name.
Huh?
It sounds like an R&B
Don't
name.
give me more ideas. Oh, B. Frank does sound like a 90s R&B. Like Case, Donnell Jones, B. Frank.
That's
you fit right in.
Yo, that's
John B.
John
B. B. Frank. I see
those are all my karaoke go-tos that you just named.
You know what you should. You know what you should do?
What's happening?
Just get a rain cloud walking. Get like some leather. Get a rain cloud walking like you just walk through like 90s R&B. It's a rain cloud just coming down on you at all times.
I want to do like one of those Cisco moments when they hit the Drew Hill, when they do that, yeah. And you don't really, they could be talking about infidelity.
You don't know.
Or leaving their family. It doesn't really matter. It just sounds really like romantic. And
you gotta sound apologetic.
Just apologetic.
Yeah, and you gotta put that rasp in your voice like
I don't mean to hurt you, baby.
And if you do the R&B hand, that's silly. When you hit them when you look at the camera and you hit them with you reaching for them, but you can't reach them, then you pull it back.
Or when you swipe the bugs.
The bug swipe. Ooh.
All the R&B moves.
Spiderweb.
R&B moves. Or you hit the KC special. You put your hand in the sand, then you pick it up and let the sand just fall through it. Slowly. Man. And you got to look at it while you're doing it. Like Kane. You know, like Kane when the wrestling, you just look at it and then it just fall through. And you got rain coming, and we ain't never even asked questions. We ain't never asked questions. We watched it and we
don't ask questions why they do that. I want to know if that ever worked.
I'm gonna try it. I want to make a song just so I can do that.
It's just so I didn't think about it because I see all these old white people on the beach.
They do it.
Like this. And I thought there was like dementia or something.
No, they practice their R&B hands.
R&B. I'm
gonna be out there.
Be out there. I want to be crying like Keith Sweat. I want to be.
And leather? That's probably why he was crying. That leather. If he come to Florida in that leather, he probably.
You get them leather pants yet?
No, I got my Jodeci boots though. And I got Hoochie Daddy shorts, but I don't know how that worked with the Jodeci boots. Because I got little legs. You know what I'm saying? Oh. So it's going to look weird.
I don't want to see it.
You got to try it. You don't know till you really try it.
I don't know.
Take risks.
You feel like I should do it?
You take risks in all other aspects of your life. You might as well do it with the wardrobe. What's the worst that could happen?
You're right.
What's the worst that can happen?
That's usually my motto, but you know, it is what it is. But I do got a question, right? So I was talking to some people on live not too long ago. And we were talking about like Floridians and how Floridians vacation. And somebody was like, why do Floridians vacation in Florida? And I started thinking about it. I'm like, you know what, you're right. But then I was like, because everybody else comes to Florida to vacation, right? Mm-hmm. Why would we go anywhere else when we got everything? That's how I feel. We don't got snow, but
I think you just love Florida.
Go ahead.
Not have everything.
What don't we have?
I mean, well, it's subjective. It's like, what do you like to have on your vacation?
Not snow.
Some people do. Some people haven't seen snow. I want to go see snow. I'm gonna take the advantage of this vacation and go somewhere where they got snow.
P-Frame, what you think?
I mean, we live in a place where pretty much anything you want to happen can kind of happen here, for the most part. And people vacation here. They're not even American. People like leave like Europe to come here, like in China. Like at one point, I remember they said that one of the Saudi princes was like traveling around Naples and Fort Myers at one point.
That's all I'm saying.
Just slide through. You from Saudi Arabia, bro. They make their own weather.
I just thought about it. Is it just because this is a cheaper tropical? Like it's cheaper than going to Hawaii.
First of all, don't you do that. Don't you do what you about to
do. The Bahamas.
Don't you do what you about to do.
Hey, y'all can save me some money and get the.
But we got all vibes in Florida. Okay, this is what I mean. Florida got everything. So you want to go to theme parks, right?
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
You got theme parks. So then you want to go to the beach.
Come on, now. I was only thinking about beaches. I didn't think about theme parks.
But then it's not even that, right? So you got the theme parks. You got the beaches. What if you want to go to the springs? You don't really like beaches like that. You like springs. You like nature. What other state has more nature than Florida?
Yeah, I mean,
and then if you want to go to the zoo,
we're like 20, 30 of them Johns in.
But that's my point. You just said it to the states. But if you talking about nature, there's way cooler places to go outside. So that's what I'm thinking. So
we don't value because we was born here. You know what I mean, so the whole thing is not born here, but you live here so long that you go, oh, that's regular.
Yeah, that's
but somebody somewhere else, somebody in Michigan right now, working at the post office, saving every penny to see what we just be chilling on. We see, you know how many palm trees we've seen? We don't even notice palm trees no more. Somebody is like tripping to see a palm tree right now. Like, oh my God, I just want to see a palm tree.
You got to get your life together.
Somebody's like, I can't wait to see, they're tired of seeing rats and pigeons. They want to see little baby lizards running around. And that's their whole thing. Like, oh my goodness, it's a lizard. It's an iguana, a wild iguana. Oh my goodness.
They want to see an alligator climb a fence.
They want to see.
We got that.
I don't think anybody wants to see that.
And then you got the Everglades.
Not in person. At least
no, but what's wrong? Listen, what I'm saying is we have a lot of different things. A lot of different
100 sports teams.
So
if you want to see, football, baseball, basketball, you got that.
Hockey.
A million universities and just the debauchery, generally speaking. The option of debauchery as well as conservatism, whatever you want to do. So if you want to get kind of crazy, you could do that. And then within 15-minute drive, you can also chill out.
I'm talking junk, but anytime I want to take a quick vacation, I just get like an Airbnb in another county.
That's it.
Another city.
Because it's a whole different. You could go.
But I thought it was just because I'm broke and I ain't trying to go nowhere.
No.
Then I'm thinking about it like I went to New York and I was like, I really didn't do anything in New York.
Because if you go to another county, it's a whole different vibe. That could be two neighboring counties. And one can be a whole party situation, and the next one over can be the most vibe, chill. Like, that's what you get for Florida. You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to party, you go to Miami. You know what I'm saying? You could go to City Walk if you want to party in a different way. You could go Orlando, Tampa. I mean, if you want to get crazy out there, go to Jacksonville. They get crazy out there.
They get crazy.
Duval, they don't play. Duval, they get crazy. I went to Duval. It was a situation. Just if you want to get crazy, go to Duval.
When you say crazy, is it like dangerous?
I'm not gonna answer more questions outside of that.
Oh,
just know that it's a situation in Duval.
Jacksonville is the only place that I move around very quickly. When I'm every other city, I'll linger.
Yeah,
Jacksonville. Something about that city make me want to like leave immediately.
So it's intentional that you don't hang around there for a long time.
Yeah, I intentionally don't hang out in Jacksonville.
You said it's not that anything happened. It's just a feeling you get.
Hey man, my spirit of discernment, my spider sense be kicking. And I'm like, the first time I went, it was just for a football game. I went to the Jaguar Stadium, and just like looking at the energy around the stadium, I was like, yeah, we need to leave. Like we need to get our little game in and slide immediately.
Yeah.
And then every time somebody have an event or something. Bro, I'm not trying to linger, bro. Something about that city tells me to leave. Like, yo, I don't know. But Tampa, linger.
The way you had described Jacksonville, I feel like I need to go there because I feel like that's where I'm going to find my wife.
I'm going to tell you. I had so much fun in Jacksonville. I was there for 2 days. And I had so much fun in Jacksonville. Like we were
You can't
just
talk about what you did, though?
no. We were just out and about, just chilling, and we had so much fun.
You know what happens when you don't tell us the details? When you don't tell me the details, I'm just gonna imagine.
Oh, that's cool.
And it could be really bad.
That's
and I'm
cool.
gonna look at you like,
because it's probably not as bad as the
I was
stuff.
gonna say, your imagination can't really get you locked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna imagine what you did. I'm like, yo, man, skyscraper jumping or something.
I mean, there's
something
so
wild. Like, what was you doing? He released a bunch of like wild animals into the public type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That
means that whatever he did is worse than that.
Worse than that.
But all I'm saying is you can get all the different vibes in Florida, right? You go to Everglades, you can go to the Springs. I mean, we was scuba diving. Now we finna go airboat riding. We finna go to a mermaid show. So there's so many different types of things in Florida. And then I found out that I think it's like Central Florida, outside of the monkeys, we got the herpes monkeys in Florida. Outside of that,
I can't wait for that.
Me too. And
what? Come back to that later. All right, cool.
Oh, you never heard about the herpes monkeys in Florida?
No, but I think y'all went over this, so I don't want to ruin it all.
No, we have it. It's a real thing.
Herpes monkeys.
It's a real thing. I promise to you, if you Google herpes monkeys, it's gonna say Florida has. It's a different name, but it does say that these monkeys have herpes. But the herpes that they have,
it's a different kind of.
Wait a minute, but they live in Central Florida.
Yeah, Florida has wild monkeys.
Is it near the villages?
No.
Because the villages is high risk.
I can't wait to go. I can't wait. They told me if I wear red shoes on Wednesday, I'm coming on Wednesday with the reddest of red shoes.
Oh man, at any rate,
I'm pulling up with red.
It's one of those like plus 55 type of things?
Yeah.
The villages, what we're talking about.
It's always in those situations where they're so specific. Like when you go to a restaurant, it's like, hey, on Tuesdays from 7 to 7:15, you can get this.
Man,
so it's so specific. Like, hey, on red shoes on Wednesday.
It's kind of like a restaurant.
It's kind of like a restaurant.
A buffet.
Let's oh man, let's table that.
I'm gonna have to continue to vacation in Florida until I get my money.
Vacation. You get your money's worth.
I make enough money so I can leave the
country. That's what I'm saying. But right now, we've been trying to grind, y'all. We've been grinding it out. Y'all will see me in the villages coming soon. Red shoes diaries. But for real. So
when they see us in the villages, does that mean we made it?
Yeah.
All right.
Red Shoe Diaries. Well, no, I got to go for Florida, but we're going to get into that. But right now, we've been hustling. We were trying to grind, trying to get this podcast and these other shows off the ground. I know you've been grinding.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of an everyday thing. I don't really take a lot of breaks. Now, I do have a question for y'all, right? So is success a goal or is success a journey for y'all? Like, which one do you feel?
I'm gonna let B Frank start with
this.
I
mean, everything for me is a journey. Everything has a little bit of a journey. I don't feel like I try to be careful when I use but in situations because but cancels out things. I think most things are and.
Yes.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yes.
If I had to pick a side more, success is a journey, but I am trying to be very goal oriented.
Yes.
And with success being a goal, if I were to make success a goal, if I were to manifest it in the goal sense, it would give me the chance to make that journey be whatever it's going to be.
That's true.
So if I say, okay, success is this destination, and if I have to take detours to get to that, or go and if it's rough or if it's clear skies, that's neither here nor there because all I'm focused on is where I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean? So I guess to make it clear and simple, if I had to pick the two, I would put success on the goal side more than the journey side.
I agree.
I would agree because the word success is almost like finite. It's the end. I reached it. I got to success.
Yeah.
A journey could be never ending, right? So in order to get to success, that's the goal, the journey there. So I think it's two separate things. But I would look at it as a goal.
So what if, so the way I view it is I have goals. Like, so I have this journey to success, but in that journey to success, I have certain goals, I guess. So I guess I can say like both because I have these goals that I set, which is going to help me reach success. But like I said, to me, it's more about the journey, I guess, the experience. Because like I said, you never know where you'll land. I mean, let's be serious. I started out as a rapper. The internet is wiped clean. Don't go look for it. I started out as a rapper, which led me into meeting Manny, start podcasting, which led me into making sketches, which eventually led us into radio and making more sketches, and then kind of led me into what I do now. Then I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole journey. And although I was hitting goals in each aspect, I still, like I said, the whole journey, you know.
And there could be small goals on the way to the ultimate goal too.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can't get to there until you hit certain like milestones, right?
Yeah.
And also like success is so subjective. What success to you could be completely different than what success is to
Exactly.
me. Right?
Exactly. Even in its finite nature, it's like, you know, a lot of times you just want fulfillment. Most people want is some version of fulfillment, whether it's just attention, good or bad. Yeah. Some people do things for attention, the bad way, good way, whatever. Yeah. But they just want to feel like what I did was done and there's nothing left on the table. There wasn't another thing I could have done and I'm at peace with my decisions. Yeah. So a lot of times success is tied to that, whatever it may be. I remember I worked at, I used to shout out to Five Guys. I used to work at Five Guys for a long time. And I remember I got promoted with this guy and we got promoted at the same time. We both started at the same time. And I remember we got promoted from regular employees to like shift leaders. And he bought a car and he did all these things. And it was like like a $200 a check difference. That was it. But I remember looking at how happy he was. And my knee-jerk reaction, my flesh wanted to kind of like, look down on it like, bro, we just made 200, maybe more a check, not a week, a check. And you out here just like, living your best life. But then I had to mature and go, you know what? That was success for him. And he was good. Like you couldn't tell him nothing. Yeah. Personally, he was taking care of his kids. His baby mama was happy. His bills was paid, got him a new whip. He was going to the places he wanted to go. That was great for him. Now, if I'm out here trying to, build conglomerates and touch the world and do all these different things, that's on me. That's not on him. He winning. Yeah. He winning on that. So success is like, if you could do something and be at peace with it and go, I did what I did at the time that I did it and I moved on. And sometimes it's kind of like a moving goalpost. Yeah. Like it'll keep moving. Mm-hmm. And as long as you're okay going after that moving goalpost, you fine. And when you get to the point where, hey, it's moving too much, then you go. Yeah, it's like, all right, chill out. So question for y'all. Do y'all feel like as far as getting to success, do you feel like failure is necessary, I guess, to get to where you're trying to go?
The facts and the cliche is yes.
Okay.
Right? Because one would assume if you have a goal that's pretty big and it's a difficult thing to reach and you're not going to get there quickly or off rip. Mm-hmm. And maybe something feels like failure that's not really failure, but that's just how it hits you, right? Mm. So I think so, yeah, for sure. And I think there's just like a lot of other words, failure has such a negative connotation. Like, I get it's negative, right? You failed, but it's not the end of the world, bro.
You know the crazy thing I was discussing this with somebody recently. When it comes to words, words are actually like boxes, especially if you're not a wordsmith. So you're trying to put so much emotion and experience or all these things in a word. Yeah. And then when you do that box, even when you do fit it in there, if I hand it over to you, you may perceive a whole different meaning for that. So a person hears failure and depending on who's in the room and their personal experience, they may have a knee-jerk reaction of what that mean. So there's that. And to speak words of encouragement to somebody, it ain't over till it's over. So when some people hear failure and go, oh, it's done. But you just said something fire, like along the lines of basically what's a failure at this moment is not a failure later. There's scientists and people who create things that go, man, that was a failure. Yeah. And it might be your greatest accomplishment. Yeah. And the only difference was context and perspective. Yeah. So I'm like, man, it's just, you just keep it moving, you be all right.
That is very true. Because I'll say this, because I've had some failures, but a lot of those failures helped me pivot into things that, like I said, are what I'm doing now. So I looked at it back then like, okay, that was a failure. Okay, I failed at that. I failed at that. But then I look back on what I'm doing now and I can like start learning from those experiences, incorporating some of the things that I did learn from those experiences and kind of turn it into, like I said, the journey to success.
It's all part of the story. It's so pivotal to the story, your journey, whether you phrase it as a success, whether you phrase it as a failure. This is all about your mind state and your perspective. And if you're not dead, you're not done. They say that sometimes at church. And so what I look at it is like, dude, man, you just have to move through that moment. Yeah. Your car break down, it's raining, the hurricane knocked this over, your family's being this way, your friends are being that way. It's hard to be at a point where you go, on the greatest perspective this isn't the worst. I'll be all right.
Yeah.
As long as I'm here,
Yeah.
breathing, even if that breathing is in a hospital bed, no matter what it is, it's like, dog, hey, it ain't over until it's over.
Yeah.
So at some point, I'm gonna make it move. And sometimes your experiences aren't for you; they're for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of people who done went through quote unquote failures, and in the context of that moment in their life or their entire life, it was maybe collectively considered a failure. Yeah. But then because that thing happened, it changed 1,000 lives.
Yeah, exactly.
So then it's like, okay, is that really a failure?
It's just, you might view it to you, but like I said, in the grand scheme of things, this wasn't a failure at all.
Man. And I think that goes back to words too, right? Because I think people get focused on, let me find what works. But you also got to find out what don't work. Right? Because what you're going to do next, you can already take that, hey, I found out this don't work.
Don't worry about that. I already tried. We ain't gonna do that.
And you can reach your goal, but what's more important, especially for people like us, is generational goals and generational success. So you can't just pass on to the generation what work.
Yeah,
you gotta let them know, hey, this didn't work either. Don't stay away from that side, bro.
You know what I'll say? You know what I'll say? Because I will say this, because even starting this podcast, right? You know, we've been a part of multiple podcasts in the past. But one thing when we started doing this podcast is we kind of we looked at the past podcast and we're like, okay, this didn't work, this didn't work, this didn't work, this didn't work. So we're not going to do any of that. But this did work, so we can probably pick that, and then apply what else we learned through. So like I said, even with the failures of past situations, we learn how to move and how to, I guess, create what we're doing now. So it all works out.
It all works out. The power of humanity is our adaptability.
Yes.
And you can't adapt unless somebody took an L.
Yes.
Whether it was you or somebody else. It's like somebody had to take an L to let you know, oh, don't eat that fruit. It'll kill you. Yeah. Unfortunately, you might be the one to eat the fruit to make the whole people go, don't eat it. That berry is poisonous. Don't eat it. But then somebody else swallowed the berry like, ooh, this feels kind of good.
Yeah, that's triggering, bro. It just made me think of Eve.
Here we go. We ain't gonna do that. Okay, so I do got a question. We're not doing that. We do got a question. So when y'all see people from people from your area or from our area, do things, like be successful at things, do you feel, and I know the answer from y'all, because like I said, I've been knowing y'all. So do you feel like hate, I guess, towards that person, or is it more of a motivation for you?
Complete hate. Complete.
How did I know you was gonna say that?
Nah.
How did I know you was gonna say
hate.
that?
Like, please.
Hate. No, I'm just.
I hope somebody hits you with a car battery.
No.
As I drink this drink, I'm sure someone spat in. I just want to say, I hate you. I hate you. And I hate you. I hate your guts. I hate your guts. I hope that everything that bad happens in life happens to you. And
be
only
successful with this knot on your head.
Right.
Car battery. Nah. For me personally, my first thing might be like, damn, you know. But then it's like, I bring it back like, all right, bro, you gotta work harder. You gotta do different things. Shout out to you. So I'll check myself. Like initially I'll be like, damn, I wish I was there, but I'll check myself.
But now, because with me, the way that I look at things, right? And I've always, even when I did music, Plies had came on the scene. I was doing music before Plies became Plies. Mm-hmm. When Plies made it, a lot of other people from here, they were looking like, oh man, he need to come get us. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? They had more like a hate reaction.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Me, I looked at it as, okay, we can do that. Like we can actually do that. You know what I'm saying? I looked at it as motivation because now I know what's possible. Even with what I do now, as far as the sketch comedy, when I seen people like Josh Prey do what he's been doing for so long, I looked at it as like, and being so close to him because we've been friends for so long, I was like, so that's possible for me. I didn't look at it, and a lot of people that was around him or was around us, they looked at him like, and it was more of like a hate thing. They were like, oh, I don't like, it shouldn't have been him. It should have been me. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at it like, okay, so that's possible. I just need to do the work. I need to learn what I'm doing wrong. I need to figure out what I can do right and kind of take that person as an example rather than, I guess, hate on that person. So
yeah, you can't hate if you building, and it's so hard to build a house and then looking at someone else's house, hating at the same time.
Yeah,
and even if you were able to accomplish both of that, you're gonna do it so much slower.
Yeah,
and the biggest thing for me, when I see people I have peers, right? These are my peers, and I'm a football guy.
Yeah,
I'm a sports. I wrestled and all of that. So there's a competitive nature.
Yeah.
So when I see somebody shining, I'm gonna go, I could beat him.
Yeah,
but not in the sense of Like, I don't want to see the destruction of somebody. I'm not trying to like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I may look at somebody, if I'm running my race, ideally, I wish that my personality was set, that I had blinders and I could only see me and just run as hard as I can.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the way my brain has been set up, it is what it is. I tend to see the people next to me and see their pace and go, I need to run a little faster than them.
Yeah.
Now, ideally, you're the type of person that nobody can be next to you, or 100 people, you're just hauling, hauling
you're giving it everything you got.
Boom. But for me, I sometimes need a pacer.
Yeah.
And I see somebody, oh, you popping? Okay. All right, and I look to my side and go, okay. Or I might look ahead and go, ooh, I know that person. Now I'm like, okay, boom, I'm watching their legs. I'm like, okay, if I keep that pace, maybe go a little bit harder, I might catch them.
Yeah.
And then boom, when I see them, though, ain't no lost love. I thank them. I'm like, yo, thank you for being the person that can, because I couldn't visualize completely what my mouth was saying. My brain couldn't do it. And you gave me at least an inkling of the direction of what it's finna look like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, boom. Because you know how hard it is to manifest things without any semblance or examples of it being. That's why they say, not the word, they use it like on Netflix and stuff like that. Not appropriation. What's the word when representation. Representation is so important. I didn't know how to be a family man, a husband, a married husband, and be faithful to my wife and pay my bills and because I didn't have nobody around me. So I had to watch, Uncle Phil. And now I'm basing my entire fatherly personality off of what I saw Uncle Phil and Mr. Cosby did as far as the TV show stuff. Yeah. And going, okay, boom, that's my example.
Yeah.
Bet. Business-wise, I look at my peers the same way, like, thank you, dude, because I didn't know. One of my peers has a successful business, and he's making a good amount of money. Yeah. And he's taking care of his family, and he's doing what we both were doing, trying to do the same thing. Yeah. And I go, oh, you can, yeah, man. And he got employees, and I'm like, bro, you winning, bro. I can't wait to get there.
It took everything inside of me not to completely collapse when you said Cosby.
I tried hard. I actually tried to avoid the Cosby.
I'm not gonna do it.
I tried to avoid the Cosby. I was like,
in case somebody saw my face in that moment, I was like, "Is he got to use the bathroom?" Nah. It just took everything within me not to make jokes and to
no. But I get what you said though. It's definitely when I see people doing things like on a major scale, I take it as an example. I'm more so like, huh?
It should be motivation.
It's definitely y'all know they know me, like they talk to me every day. And if I see something, like I'll set my bar like, okay, that's possible. I'm gonna reach that.
Yeah, and I'm not comparing. It's not comparing it for the sake of like I want to be anybody. It's so much easier to go, oh, that's how you do it. If I'm a sophomore and you're a junior, and I go, oh, that's what you did, good. That's what you did wrong, and then you use the word is discernment. Yeah. You have the spirit of discernment. And you go, okay, I could do that too. The same exact way and get the same result, sometimes faster because you had to learn the hard way. Yeah. And all I had to do was watch you, or you can use the spirit of discernment and go, oh, that's cool, but that's not for me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I saw what came with that. Yeah. That ain't for me either.
That ain't for me. You can see it. You can...
Peers having in your people in your group, that's A1, man. That's A1, man. Because if you're the first person, the trailblazers, that's such a...
They take it though. Hey, listen, it's the roughest.
It's rough. Trailblazer, being the first in anything is something that needs to be applauded a lot. Like, yo, you were the first. It has nothing to do with the time. It's the fact that you had to go through all those bumps and L's.
And I could just come in on a smooth road that you already paved. Like you done paved the road. You did all the work paving. I could just come in and so that, like I said, I've always been that way. Even like I said, I use even the Plies example because that was like the first one to me because I remember all the rappers when they were like it was so much hate for Plies. They hated him in this area, and I was like, I love what he did because now he come from where I come from. Mm-hmm. And now I see what's possible for me. So now it's, let me keep pushing until I get there. Let me figure out what I'm doing wrong. Cause obviously I'm doing something wrong. If we come from the same place and obviously he's, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't more like.
It wouldn't be anything wrong. I wouldn't even use you probably don't even mean, I don't know the interpretation, but I wouldn't even use the word wrong. The beauty of it is that if one of the things, your boundaries or one of the things that was stopping you was the place that you were coming from. Yeah. And then someone who came where you're coming from leaves, you go, okay, that is no longer an excuse for success anymore.
Yeah.
So if you go, no one in my neighborhood make it, and then somebody from your neighborhood make it, now you're left with whatever other
one less excuse.
One less excuse.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you can do that for somebody, if you can if your life, if your walking experiences can lower the excuses for other people, and like I said, that one of the most powerful tools of human nature is that we can adapt. We can make anything up. Yeah. But freaking, they're gonna make another excuse. If they really want to be, if they want to be suspect, you could take away all the excuses and they're like,
I know people like that too.
Yeah, I'm 5'6". That's why.
I know people.
Like, what I gotta do with anything, dude? Like, I took everything away. You still got something. All right, that's you. That's your heart. That's a hard thing.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be another group of people like, thank God that you made it, because now I know, bro. Or thank God that you made it, because I know I can rap better than you, son. So if you made it out, then
these bars
gonna take me.
Nah, but I'm definitely, like I said, I always congratulate. I'm always supportive of everybody, especially if you're doing your thing. Like I said, and if it is, like you said, that competition thing. I've done sports all my life. But it's not a competition to where I want to be better than you. It's more so me competing with me. But like I said, with knowing that, you're setting this, like you said, the pace. I know what I like. It makes it easier for me, I guess. So,
yeah.
But all I got to see if it's possible. Like if even okay, like TikTok, for example. When I started seeing people from TikTok get on TV shows, get in movies, and I'm looking like, you know what? I can, now I know that that's possible. So now they know me. Every day I'm like, bro, I see this. I'm trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? Every day I'm trying to push to be more. I'm trying to push to be further, because now I see that it's possible for me to get into these movies and be to get into these TV shows or get my own show, like hosting my own show. So it's like, let me get the wheels started on that and keep pushing until I get there. So.
You got to get it, man. Everything's possible. The 4-minute mile, bro. 4-minute mile, they thought was physically impossible.
Well, I got
for the longest time. Yeah, well, it is physically impossible for you. It's definitely physically. But outside of people with asthma and COPD, they said it was physically impossible. And then someone did it. And then after someone did it, it took one person to do a 4-minute mile. And then a week later, 17 people did it.
Yeah.
A month later, 50 or something, 60 people did it. It was an 18-year-old who did it.
You know who didn't do it? Me, because I got asthma. I ran short distance, y'all. 100, don't come see me. Not no more.
No.
I got bad knees and stuff. Florida knees. I was dancing back in the day. It's a lot. So I
speaking of the excuses, you see these excuses?
I got
the Florida knees.
Because he was juking.
My bad. You was gonna say
juking.
See. I ain't even have to finish.
You know what? My bad. That was me hating, dog. My bad. That was me.
This is my life.
See, I'm gonna be a different person.
I saw
what's the dude name that plays Superman? Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
He said something dope.
What he said?
Or people. I don't know if this has happened to you guys, but you come across people who you don't even know that leave a gem in you for the rest of your life.
Ooh.
This guy gave me one, and he don't even know. We're gonna talk about it in a second.
He gave me a few.
But I'm gonna talk about the Henry, because it has to go do with this. He said something, and it's kind of cliche, but he's like, because I've been what people describe as a pessimist, and somebody tell me that's ridiculous, bro. Stop it, change it. But he said something very important. He said, never take away hope, because that might be the only thing that person has. Ooh. And who am I to take that away? Or who am I to even attempt that take that away?
That is
especially it's probably a person that I'm not even cool with, and it's I shouldn't even have an impact in your life or say in your life. So if you want to do something I don't agree with, who am I to be negative about it or downplay? I might think that in my head, but I ain't gonna share it. So I'm trying to be a new man in 2020.
That is.
Oh man, that's fire, bro.
Ooh.
But I want to talk about the gym this guy gave me. He don't even know about it. Maybe I'll remind him. And I'm probably gonna butcher it a little bit, and maybe you remember and you can clean it up. So it was that old thing they always put on or whatever. You'll see it online or something, meme, and they'll say, who you serving first, the kids or your husband, right? And I think that's how the conversation started. And I was around this guy at an event, and he said something to the effect of, and clean it up when I'm done. But he was like, you have to realize that your partner is going to be there forever. And at some point, them kids is going to grow up. And you know how them kids are. They're going to take off on you. And that's just you and that person left, right? Mm-hmm. So even if he didn't mean it that way, the way I'm going to interpret that for me from this day moving forward is you have to strengthen your relationship with that person first. And then everything else beneath that it's going to trickle down to everything. So as long as you and that person is 100 and make that the number one priority, Since you making that person the number one priority and they're doing the same thing, your head is so right, and that's going to affect your kids, and your kids are going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Right. So that's something that like you said that like stuck in my head.
I appreciate
forever,
that,
bro. Yeah,
hey, dog.
Man.
I got that from a Madea movie. So anyways.
Everything I get is somehow it goes back to Tyler Perry, bro.
It always goes back to Tyler Perry.
Tyler, hey, hook me up with a job. I'll wash your cars.
Tyler be having the
you not hard. I will go, bro. Hey, I'm like, why is B Frank sweating the whole day? He's like, dang, I hope they don't know I took that from Madea. No, but whatever, you passed the word on.
But no,
you passed the word on.
I guess I'm glad to be a messenger. I
Yeah.
appreciate the chance to be a messenger.
Nah.
If we put first things first, what I got from that, and I got this from pastors as well. So I feel like God be speaking to me, and He used whatever avenue. So be from kids, from rap songs, from movies, from pastors, or whatever, and all of it converged at the put first things first. And that's actually one of the 7 habits of highly effective people. And the beauty is if you put your first thing, your most important things first, everything by default will move from there. So it's like, okay, in the context of my family dynamic, if I serve my children first, and by not just food, but like serve them first, and I love them, that's how I love them. If I serve them first, will that also by default mean that my marriage is healthy and that my finances are taken care of and all of that? Not necessarily. But if I know if I honor my wife, by default, her heart is with my kids. So like say if it was, okay, the fire situation. There's a fire in the house. Who do you save first? On the record, my heart is for my wife. So even though I say I serve her first, but I also know her heart is our children. I'm going to grab the kids first. One, because they're my children. Yeah. But also, it would break her if I grabbed her first, right? Yep. Okay, boom, boom. And like even on spirituality, they say the same thing. Like, if I honor God, spiritual tip, if I honor God first, if I do really right by Him, by default, all these other things will bear fruit. But if you focus on, if I put job first, all right, will job help my finances? Yeah, but my job will my job also help my marriage, my relationship with God, how I am in my community? So what you put up top can trickle down. You have to be aware of what you're putting up top because it'll move your decisions. Know what I mean, it'll move how you. Even if something sounds the same, what I've learned is something that can sound the same, but they're different. Yeah. So it's like, oh, it sounds like you love your kids, like the fire situation. It seemed like you'll grab your kids because you love them. And like, yeah, I do. Obviously, that's hands down on that. But I also grab the kids in the fire because my wife would kick my behind. My wife would, if I grab her, like, yo, I wouldn't want to live in a world where I didn't do that. She would make me miserable. She would make me miserable on top of everything. So I'm like, yo, get the kids. All right, go, kids.
Now Timmy got a burnt right arm because you wanted to be stupid.
You wanted to be stupid. So it's already done. We don't even need to discuss it. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, boom. So you put the first things first.
Yeah. So, like a metaphor that Rudy was pointing out to me. I was sitting here and Rudy was like, he almost hit me in the head with something, but he was like, if you start filling the jar first, by first adding sand and the pebbles, then you won't have room for the rocks. I don't know what that means, Rudy.
Oh, that's fine. That's what he's saying.
It just sounds like he's hungry. I think Rudy's hungry.
He's just saying.
We just ate.
I'm telling you what I'm reading.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. But no, that's exactly what you're saying. I get it.
Yeah, don't fill your jar with sand, bro. You gotta, the rocks will come first. Your rock will be first, and then the sand will fill the crevices. But it's hard to do the other way around. If all you got is sand in there, you don't got no room for rocks. You can't put nothing in there.
That is very true.
So boom, and it's hard to do that. It's easy said than done. So I ain't gonna act like I'm doing it, but I'm working on it.
You just coming through dropping all the gems. I mean,
that wasn't from Tyler Perry though.
You say that now, no.
Next thing you know,
talk about things that I know where your social media shows you other things.
Next thing you know, Manny
watching. Knew what I was talking about.
Manny watching Tyler Perry.
And I just see Madea on the phone like,
if you start filling filling the jar with sand first and then pebbles, you won't have room for rocks.
I swear,
I'm a screenshot that.
Send it right over to me. Oh my God, I swear, I didn't mean to take it. Enough.
Giving me all these gems from the $5.95 DVD section.
All right, so B. Frank been dropping all these gems, right, Manny? Yeah. I think it's time for you to leave us with a random thought.
All right. Because, like, I'm going to be real with y'all because ain't no shame in my game or my life, right? So I drive a 2003 Dodge Durango.
Okay.
And this whole time I've been saying, first of all, I'm gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off.
And then put them back on.
And then, until they stop, until it's done with, right?
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, all right, so when this is done, I got to get an SUV because I'm 36 years old. And any woman that I'm going to get with at this point in my life that's age appropriate is going to have about 6 or 7 of them things. So as much as I want a Honda, where I'm going to put all them kids? In the trunk?
You could get a Honda.
So this family I don't even have yet is affecting my life in a negative way. And I don't know what to do about it, but whatever. I'm going to figure it out.
Get a Honda Odyssey. Compromise.
No. If I'm going to get a Honda, I'm trying to get something Puerto Rican, like two 4-door. Only 3.5 people fit in it. It's loud for no reason. I ain't going to do the Honda SUV.
Man, I feel like you could do that.
Nah, but it's affecting my life, bro.
But you got to meet the person first.
I know, but I got to be prepared for the reality too, man.
No, I'm with him. I think that's the most mature thing I've ever heard.
I got to sell my Honda to get an SUV, and I just bought this thing.
So I got to sell my car? Because I got 2 kids myself. So you mean to tell me if I get with somebody and they have kids.
Which most likely would be the case.
You're going to have to get another car. So
unless you're talking to some 22-year-old, it's more likely Asian.
And she's just going to bust the windows out your car, so you're going to need to get another car.
I had somebody set my car on fire before. Y'all remember that. You remember that.
Oh, see, I'm not as gifted as you.
Remember the Honda?
Somebody that enraged.
I had a Honda.
They just leave.
They set it on fire. they set it on fire.
They just go.
Wow, that's an impact. If you had a situation in your house where you wanted like a huge big TV, and you were saying to yourself, "I'm either save, buy, or somebody gonna bless me with that," you would have to make room before that thing had made sense to come into your life.
You're right.
So if you don't clear out space, you got no place for it to be. So some people make a decision like that. It's more like, yo, I'm gonna prepare my life for the thing that I'm saying I want, and what I want is a baddie that's my age. And what that comes with being real with yourself is some chillings.
I'm telling you, every time I hit the profile, the banner got about a whole Brady bunch, and I'm like,
with the
online dating.
Jaden's my life.
Not just anybody.
I love
Jaden. It's Jaden, Michael,
Jimmy.
Tamitha, and I'm like, there's 6 of them things. Just
see you married.
Every picture I hit.
We've been doing this social experiment on dating sites. I've been on all of them. Christian Mingle, Farmers Only. Silver Singles. Why y'all laughing? Why y'all laugh every time I say that?
That's a special place for people like you.
I've been on Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, Silver Singles. Silver Singles is the 55 and up one. I'm on there.
No wonder he got the villages already.
I'm out here. Tinder. I'm scared of plenty of fish. I heard stories. But anyway, and Facebook dating. So what we've been doing, and I do this for Manny because I'll screenshot stuff that I see and I'll send it to Manny. Mm-hmm. And it was like one was like she was pregnant right now, but she's not looking for a dad to her kid. She's just looking for somebody she could chill with. And she got like 2 other kids or whatever the situation is. And I was just like, I feel like some guy would still go for it.
Oh, 100%.
Like, but we take screenshots and we send it because I be wanting to see like, am I tripping? And okay, I swipe right because I gotta know the story. I have to know the story.
Something that toxic has got to be a great experience.
But
you know what I'm saying?
And I'm trying to change too. I should have stopped that, right?
I do what makes you happy. Follow your heart. I'm not going to take it.
I'm trying to.
Hey, hope might be the only thing you have, and who am I to take it away?
But I did stop dating people's girlfriends this year, so
that's a good thing. Don't do that because that can get you killed.
Whatever. But I've changed. I'm doing better this year.
I'm proud of you.
I'm not dating anybody's girlfriend, so everybody's girlfriends. If you're dating somebody, get out of my inbox. I'm trying to be different this year.
I'll date somebody's girlfriend if it's a girl.
Again?
Wow.
But I won't date your girlfriend if you're a guy.
Wow.
Manny, again?
That's a thing. Wow.
I shouldn't have did that.
That's a thing.
I take that back. That didn't work out well. Because I had 2 fake babies that I had to find something to do with.
Never mind.
Babies?
Yeah, it was 2 fake.
He already did that.
Yeah, my bad. No, don't do that. If they got somebody, just move on. Yeah, my bad. I mean, unless they're in the villages and they cool with it.
Oh, my goodness.
Cool Red Shoe Wednesday, baby.
Red Shoe Wednesday.
All right, so we come to the end of the show. I want to be frank. Listen. Go ahead and plug it. Plug everything you got.
All right, man. So listen, man, I can sell your car. I can do... No, I'm joking. So once again, my name is Brian Franklin. I go by B. Frank. I host art and cultural movements and events and experiences throughout the state of Florida, specifically in Southwest Florida. So if you're interested in poetry nights and just showcases and just something dope, especially in mid markets or small markets, we are really good at that. In addition to that, we also do grand openings. We're just a network of artists and creatives. So GCL, we got the podcast, we got the events. Check it out. We're going to have these fellas on the podcast soon. So we're going to get that going. And boom. On the other side, I'm also an insurance agent. It's not fun, it's not sexy, but it's dope when you have somebody who can speak your language and connect with you in a great way. I do that with life, health, and Medicare. I can get anyone insured, okay? Anyone insured in health insurance. So if you do not have health insurance and you are trying to get it, or you gotta, hey man, maybe I should check on this, but you're afraid to do so because you don't got the system for that, I'll hook you up with it. And even if you don't get health insurance, I'll tell you about free resources in the community that don't involve health insurance just to get it done. Health is wealth, baby.
So you're the plug.
I'm the plug for all that, man, and I do it. I'm the plug for my people. I think my people will recognize me when they hear me speak, and they sometimes they're like, I want to go talk to Joe Smith, but he's stuffy. When they talk to me, I can kind of relate and understand the things that we may go to. So my people, it's not a race or age or anything. It's just you hear me speak and you go, okay, if I'm your type of people,
I like him.
Then I'll be the lane for that particular thing.
Yeah.
And freaking man, I try to help people I'm a nerd about it. I'm a nerd about insurance stuff. So I care more than obviously most people care, but I know how to save you some money. Whether you're using virtual health, man, you need to call the virtual health. You don't gotta go to the doctor. It's called virtual health. It's free 90% of the time. And they can prescribe you on virtual health too. So shout out to that. And yeah, man. And I do mental health too because I help people get mental health. I started using therapy recently.
Oh, that's what's
and
up.
I got that from having insurance and I get it for free. So see a counselor. Don't even gotta pull up. It's all on the phone.
We're gonna have to bring you back to talk about this.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring you back to talk about this.
You're pointing at me when he said the mental health thing? All right. You know what?
Look, it was like a half point. It wasn't on purpose.
Maria did a good job with me, bro.
I got a crooked finger, man. It was
all right, bro. Whatever.
It was.
Shout out to Maria. You got me right. You ended my relationship.
Was she from my?
But it was meant to end, Maria. So I'm not even mad at you.
She did what was necessary. Can we get Maria on the podcast?
The SUV. Let me talk to her, maybe.
So
bring her.
We leaving here.
Who is Maria?
My therapist.
Oh yeah, that's A1. Bring Maria. Bring Maria.
We got to bring Maria.
Can I sit in the audience? I'm
yes.
Yeah.
Can we get another microphone?
Yeah, we can get another microphone. Sure. Easy.
Yeah. She a relationship
therapist?
We
can get her on Zoom too. Because she does everything.
She a relationship therapist?
Yeah. I got it for my relationship.
Because I need to know what I'm doing wrong.
We'll see. We're gonna have to book her for a lot of time.
Well, but everybody got an opinion on relationships, but only a few people are qualified to give their opinion on relationships.
That's true.
So we all can put our input based on our experience respectfully. I'm not trying to boom. But if somebody's sitting next to you and like all I do is do relationship stuff and they tell you to leave that girl alone, I'm gonna respect that a little more than my homie saying, no man, y'all should work it out, man. Y'all should.
That's what I'm saying. So I need to talk to a professional. I feel like
I'm gonna hit her up.
See.
I agree.
Cause I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong, but obviously. Why y'all keep
we can all use some improvement in our life. She might point a thing or two out that you're not focusing on.
I think she may start at that phrase. I don't think so. You don't think you're doing anything wrong. Let's start from there.
She might be able to tell you why that happened to your car. You can get some answers on why your car got lit on fire and stuff. Or why you got hit with the car. Didn't you get hit with a car?
She threatened me. She not fast enough.
She might be able to figure it out for you.
I ran track back.
Or she'll point you in the right direction.
It was like a little bit after high school. I was ready.
The difference between you being injured is the fact that you did track.
Yeah, because I was fast.
So no track.
Yeah, no track.
No track. You'd have been out of there.
No. I learned how to take off. I learned how to take off a track. You come out the block. Wow.
Just take off. I don't think she's gonna be able to tell me why Eminem ruined one of my relationships.
I can tell you why.
You know what?
It's partially my fault. I'm sorry. You know, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Be frank. Manny Knox, Omgitswicks. We out of this thing. Cue my theme music.
Oh my God.